Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age of Empires 4 3 replay. Spawn
Hello?
as the right side as the blue Dutch, we have GeneralSpades. As the yellow British, we have Stephensudin. On the left side as the red Maltese, we have kkdubs2. And as the magenta Portuguese, we have rogue Patriot. 2v2. Be interesting how this goes. The Dutch may just want to hole in, just sort of sit back and boom up, while the Brit could be the aggressive defense. Portuguese tend to sit back and boom up, and the Maltese tend to get better later on as well. So the only civilization you see being super aggressive right now is probably the Brits, but that can also be changed because they also have a boom of a manor boom, so they could all just boom up. This game is ripe for that. We do have a trade post going on up and a trade post going on up. Local doggos going down, which will surrender 35 wood to him. He just sold out dog's life savings of wood. Coordinate is the map. There's also the House of Oldenburg, which can give you out some royal huntsmen, as well as some northern musketeers, which are solely food-based, and the House of Vaza, which can give you out some royal arquebuses and winged hussars. Wait long enough, you'll get the villagers gather rate 25% faster, and trickle 10% faster can be very useful for the Dutch. So maybe you should eye for the House of Vaza, which is right next to him. No, that's a Brit. And the other big button is, of course, a hot air balloon, which is not half bad. 2v2 L Musk. Team Musk. Presidio FE land. So he's going for Federitas, looks like. In economic theory. While the Dutch are eyeing for Madonna. Well, I just mass banks because I see the increased banks. So the Maltese and the Brits are eyeing for musketeers. Granted, the Dutch can get one of the blue guard musketeers as well, potentially. Let's see. See the card for that. What's the Portuguese? I always get which ones. I always get those two mixed up. Magenta has pinged here. And Deserted Pikemen will be killed off by this lady. Philosopher Prince, which will give another town center, the quartermaster, the governor. He does have access to German tongue as well. I'm feeling all players are going to just boom up. Yeah, Virginian Company, yeah, all players are just going to boom up. So let's just going to fast forward for the time frame then. Keep an eye on any sort of military structures. We got a bank there. How damning. Market here. You monster. And just houses here. Outpost wagon going on up. We do now have a field hospital.
Ready.
Outpost wagon for the Brits. And I'm gonna put right next to this forward barracks. So it looks like blue or yellow is eyeing for some aggression with some musketeers potentially. Got a wave of musketeers from point of field. He does have access to the Scots Guards and Team Grenadier Guards. And overall, looks like pretty standard deck for 1v1s. You know, it says Team Musk. The only team card he has is Team Grenadier Guards. Now bring a shipment of musketeers as well. So this will bring up his musketeer count up to 12, looks like, along with this guy here.
I am sorely grieved. I may not steer it. Ready.
That audio line was definitely a bit more generic for somebody getting knocked out.
Yes.
We've got numbers symbols moving forward, which are Musketeer variant. Of course, it is 2 population and can construct some buildings. They're more of a defensive unit, and they can create those defenses. So there also could be a siege camp unit. Musketeers push way forward. Villager will get gunned down there. The Portuguese. Let's see what the Portuguese eyeing. Age 3, the exiled prince. One of the musketeers do get gunned down there. Does he have... He does not have town militia. He collects a bit more food. He could potentially bring on 2 waves of militia. Villager does get hit there, but now both town centers fine. This one's not at max damage, however. This one could abandon. His teammates bring over some sentinels. He does get the improved capability near his teammate structures as well. This is a good number of sentinels there. Should be able to defeat the musketeers. These musketeers are just trying to run away. This one does get gunned down. And now the Brit is eyeing for a shipment of longbows as well as some more musketeers. Patriot doesn't have a whole lot of resources stockpiled up. The Portuguese even less so. The Dutch is almost age 3. The Portuguese player is already age 3. Yes, he's going for the exiled prince as well. The Maltese player is going for a large number of research.
Come on.
There's the explorer there, shooting some of these civilians. They're just trying to harvest the megafauna known as moose. Good number of musketeers push away forward. We'll be able to torch down the trading post no problem. SWAT here, still firing away. Now I got the sentinels push way forward. This is a structure for him to... it doesn't get the air structure benefits there. I don't see the aura effect on their feet. And this is Army 21 versus Army of 30. The longbows are a counter, but they're only here in small enough numbers. These guys have 180 health at the moment, while the musketeers only have 150. Both players are age 2. Now there's a wave of fruit here to support out, but these sentinels will do just fine versus them. Albeit they're a little bit outnumbered. Got a depot here. Wait. Okay, that's not a calico. Not sure what type of farm that is. That's definitely a weird looking firearm. Almost looks like calico. Looks like a calico. Outpost is starting to be torched down by the villagers. It's now been set ablaze. It's going to explode. The villagers took minimal damage there. Do depots explode? Yeah, they do 50% less damage versus villagers. I'm not sure why he's going for depots against villagers. They won't. Doesn't do a whole lot of damage to them. Over here, got yellow push way forward, taking out some sentinels, and got Root here to support him. Villager gets gunned down as well. Root here, so push way forward. Has a number of supporting veteran skirmishers. Skirmishers, of course, good for sentinels, being heavy infantry. Sentinels getting overran. The Portuguese player, what is the Portuguese player doing? Don't see much from him. Going straight for H4, and that will probably lose him game. He's trying to hold on, has pulled out some more militia and more of the sentinels. Maltese players now bringing some flamethrowers. Age 2 flamethrowers, which gives him 1 fountain wagon, gives him improved fire thrower, naval flamethrower attack. But he won't have any flamethrowers. Now bringing the shipment of the Hanover allies, giving him some Topenkopf Hussars. He still needs support. Where is his teammate? His teammate has no shipment available. Organ guns are somewhere. His organ gun's maybe dead. Or maybe it's grayed out because it's, yeah, it was grayed out because he didn't have enough population space. Outpost will go down. Also going his side, 5 villagers side. Maltese player has 19 villagers, so 25% of them are currently not collecting. Organ gun shipment on the way. He needs to bring them over here to support his teammate. They would do some good work, but maybe a little bit too late. Bring some cost stores as well. A skirmisher with more of a value cost similar to musketeers. Same cost scheme. Tycoon does give him another covered wagon. Skirmishers don't have great siege damage. Musketeers do have okay siege damage, but right now they're still H2 musketeers. Organ guns now deployed on out. Got a nice. There's the token corps hussars, which I believe are a native unit. Yep, native warrior. And now the symbols will be going down. I was trying to torch down this town center. There's the Costadors which way forward. And there's the organ guns annihilating a group of skirmishers. He's not going to get the town center, so organ guns will arrive in time. The wave of sentinels there. The Maltese player did take quite a bit of damage there, but has plenty of housing space and has plenty of food. He needs to ask these villagers on nearby coin deposits, just send them over here. He can probably forgo collecting all food for now. Jerusalem get returns with resources per unit you've... Let's see, what was that again? Returns with wood and coin for each unit you have lost so far. Not bad. So far he has got 1,000 out of the 1,500 maximum. And adds the 500 straight into the inventory. Not bad. Immediately is going to spin on the age up. Going for the bishop will allow him to move diagonally a little bit better. Yellowstone has an army on the field. Yellowstone age 2. Let's see what he's thinking. He's seeing the bishop as well, so he can too move diagonally better. And go for a very fine coat. Got trio of Torades, the Portuguese church improvements. The Portuguese does have 3 town centers at the moment. Now going for the Orden Sagia from the church. I'm not exactly sure what it does. Let's see what it does. I'm not sure what that did. And now he's bringing the Ordnance Rifleman. Ah, that's maybe what it is. Whoa, that's cheap. It must have upgraded his crossbows to Ordnance Rifleman, and that is 30-30. That is dirt cheap. So upgraded his crossbows to that, I believe. They have 25 damage. They have 25 damage. That for 30-30. They are... That seems actually pretty good, actually. They have 25 damage, 16 range for 60 resources. That's actually pretty good. Got these hussars now push way forward to engage. These guys, of course, a skirmisher variant, so they do less damage versus a heavy cav. So some of these villagers may go down. Looks like all the other Maltese and the Brits have both aged up now. More hospital sentinels there. More hussars. This time with veteran hussars research as well. Let's see, how many banks does the Dutch have? I haven't seen a whole lot from the Dutch. These wild skirmishers. Going to very research, going for our team infantry hit points with along the team infantry guard musketeers. This could make their musketeers very good. Place the British musketeers. If Brit may want to go for our Team Grenadier Guards with the soon, that would give them up to plus 15% hit points. Ordnance Pikemen push way forward. Looks like they're still standard pikemen. Hussars push way forward. Sentinels trying to engage. They need to engage and melee hit the Hussars. Musketeers push way forward. Looks like all the organ guns do go down. So it's good number the Ordnance Riflemen. Which should do great for the Musketeers. And they're age 2 still. These guys look like age 4 variants. Maybe just age 3 variants. Hussars starting to get gunned down. Sentinels trying to pursue them. We got a good number of these forces here. Villagers falling back there. More Ordnance Riflemen there. They still have trouble with the Hussars. Sentinels trying to stop those Hussars there. Skirmishers here in good numbers. Ordnance Riflemen here in good numbers as well. More Hussars trying to way forward. At this point in time, they need to get some Dragoons. More Ordnance Riflemen on the field, but the Portuguese player has a massive amount of resources. I'm not sure where he got it all. Right now, these guys have 160 health, 25 damage versus 162 health and 18 damage. So those the Ordnance Riflemen are better. Though the veteran skirmishers do have a bit more range resist. As I was pushing forward, Sentinels being shown forward. More of the veteran Hussars just streaming on in. The Portuguese player does have a factor on the field. They've created to produce heavy cannon. I've always said I'm biased towards heavy cannon as well. It looks like the Portuguese player has held more Ordnance Riflemen there. Now we got some Ordnance Pikemen on the one field. There's a shipment of heavy cannon as well. Speaking of heavy cannon. Quite a bit number of proxy structures here. Water power there. He's going for factory wood, which I think this improves wood production, right? Yes, it does. So he's eyeing for just factory-based wood collection. So he sent a whole lot of number of villagers on wood. I'm not sure what he's eyeing at the moment. Got the robber barons now being put on the field. He's eyeing something heavy wood. I'm not sure what though. Spent a whole lot of it. I'm not sure where all this wood is going. He had a whole bunch of it and he spent it all, but I don't see any research along with it. Heavy cannons push way forward. Heavy cannons needs to start focusing on those falconets. Hussars trying to overrun the heavy cannon. One heavy cannon does go down. Ordnance Riflemen push forward. Sentinels in the back line. One heavy cannon remains. This gets shot there, but there's a large number of falconets here. That will rip apart these Ordnance Riflemen, no problem. They are dirt cheap. Now got the Lancers. Order Lancers have pushed forward and overrun the siege weapons. They will be effective versus everything here, barring the route here. The problem is, they're just not here in large enough numbers. His Ordnance Riflemen's teammates push way forward. Get some hits there. Second factory is to pull on the field. He needs to pull out more stuff. More Ordnance Riflemen. Maybe get out some culverins. Just something. He's bringing out a big shipment of culverins. Ordnance Riflemen are dirt cheap. Just pulling out a constant number of them wouldn't be half bad. He does have access to conscription. Maybe a good idea to start pulling out conscription. And there's some town militia inscription there. One town center does go down. He can be just fine. He has plenty of wood to get it replaced if he ever wants it gets replaced. More Ordnance Riflemen squad pushing forward. Villagers taking some hits there. There's a good number of falconets. His teammate needs to bring in more Lancers to engage them, or Hussars. Lancers do. And there's culverins. Perfect. One falconet goes down pretty quickly. Got Dutch villagers pushing forward. That must be a missed rally. Another falconet goes down. Order Lancers pushing forward. If they just hit the infantry, that'd be just fine. It also interrupts the movement of those culverin or falconets. More falconets being put on the field. These good hits there. Multiple falconets going down there. Order Lancers. Of course, a cavalry and skirmishers do less damage versus that. A couple more falconets there. Culverins here in good numbers. Maybe just stick behind the firing line of the houses. And since Drag Root here are a light cavalry, these guys will do bonus damage versus them as well. The Portuguese has held. He has quite a bit of wood here. There has to be some sort of church upgrade I'm not aware of. That's why he's going for so much wood. We got now more covered wagons. This will improve his building of covered wagons by 2. Go for forts. I don't see anything here that will say convert wood into anything. So there must be some other church upgrade that costs a lot of wood they stored up for. He's now switching over to steam powered. I guess he's going to switch to coin production now. Let's see, what is his teammates doing? Dutch is eyeing for age 4, the Logistician, the Maltese, eyeing for more Order Lancers, which are actually doing pretty good. The British is eyeing for a fort, and so age 3 as well. And now the Portuguese eyeing for his own fort. More ordnance riflemen there. Got some ordnance and pikemen here as well. More ordnance riflemen. They are dirt cheap. I say spam them out. He does need more food collection. His factories are providing this coin. I also think he should. I'm biased towards heavy cannon, so maybe heavy cannon wouldn't be half bad. Group here are pretty low health. They're 1 population dragoon. All everyone's trying to push their way forward. You hit those falconets. Order Lancers now engaging here. There's a number of musketeers here. They both have equal bonus damage to each other. And now I've got a fort wagon there. Needs to fall back. More ordnance rifle there. Culverins have no more targets other than just other regular stuff. Hussars still here in good numbers. Trying to go for more ordnance pikemen. Ordnance riflemen and ordnance pikemen both cost wood. And now the Hussars push way forward. His teammate needs to send out some support to him. And now do you have the fast production speed there? Going for the order, the tower, and the sword. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's another church upgrade. You guys will have to wait and see. Does give him a big number of order knights. They are a light cavalry with 40 damage and good multipliers versus heavy. Howdy. Ordnance pikemen gains good damage on the Hussars. Ordnance riflemen needs to start focusing the routier. Order knights push way forward. They do have 6 on health, so they're pretty heavy dragoon variant with good range or melee armor. More order lancers now being deployed on the field. Ordnance riflemen taking some hits there. Order lancers push way forward, but that's a good number of Hussars. Order lancers will lose 1v1 versus veteran Hussars. More ordnance riflemen squad being deployed on out. There's some fire throws there. They do less damage versus heavy cav. They will be very effective versus skirmishers. They actually do less damage versus heavy infantry. Overall, I think the fire throwers are not very good at this moment. Hopefully he has something else to go along with them. Ordnance riflemen just need to start hitting those root here. There's the flamethrowers. Flamethrowers, I don't know what the damage output's like. Order lancers straight forward. Fire throwers are going down. A number of veteran musketeers here. See, what is the Maltese? What can he get? He can get noob tubes for them, which are very good. However, he's not age 4 yet. We got a fort here. We've got a number of red Maltese villagers here making their way somewhere. There's some moose here for him to claim. Some meese. Blue has a bit of army. Yellow, not so much. Let's see, the Maltese have 49 villagers. The Brits at 93. The Portuguese at 71. The Dutch at 60, which is probably a pop cap for them. And does have, I'm not sure how many banks at the moment. At least 6. He does have both of these here. Let's see, if I click on one, I should be able to... 7 out of 7, so he has all 7 banks. Skirmishers push me forward. Some ordnance rifles are going down. The Maltese villagers are trying to find coin. There's plenty of coin down here. Ordnance rifles are push me forward. Got some ordnance pikemen now as well. Border lancers push me forward. Fire throwers. Fire throwers are just not good in this moment in time. Flamethrowers get a bit of damage there. It does do good AoE, good rate of fire. That's about it. Ordnance pikemen have run out of hussars to engage, and now just the ordnance rifleman squad engage the skirmishers. More hussars push forward, and all the pikemen are down. More rifleman squads being pulled on out. Hussars now engaging. Got some mortars here. That is a poorly timed. He needs falconets. Dutch has one factor in the field. More order lancers being pulled out. Bridge time for more hussars, which are doing quite well. And the Portuguese are trying to pull out everything. Villagers, ordnance riflemen, ordnance pikemen, some armory upgrades. I wonder how many towns it is as well. He must have quite a good of better readouts. He has 6 towns in the field, so each one does provide 1 resource per second, which will provide basically 1/3 the value of a bank.
Sim.
Orders to find a volley there. Hussars slowly being picked off. Routier now trying to engage some mortars in melee or in range. They're in our carbine group here, but they will get countered by the ordnance riflemen. We've got a good number of forces still here, skirmishers. More ordnance rifleman squads push way forward. Looks like the Dutch sent gold to the Brits. Some of the mortars have gone down, but some are still alive. They don't do great fire support against infantry, so focusing down like that's not really critical. Now I've got border lancers pushing way forward over here. Couple longbowmen push way forward. Order lancers now find opportunity to engage. Now I've got some more route here to engage the order lancers. The Portuguese economy, he's now going for... I'm trying to read that. The revolts, which I think is an upgrade for his organ guns. If I remember correctly. There we go. Oh, yep, upgrade for the organ guns. Hussars push way forward. He does have some ordnance pikemen to engage them. He may lose some of the organ guns, but he does lose the hussars. And some organ guns will stay alive. He does have some mortars here, more ordnance units. And pikemen do have good siege attacks, so they can be useful against the structures. Organ guns need to start being attacked, move over this direction. Pikemen being gunned down. Rebalquins gain some good damage there, or Rebalds. Pikemen push right forward. Engage the hussars. This organ gun will go down there. Still 3 remaining. Mortar still push right forward. Does have some nearby veteran sentinels here. More mortars running on. Does take out the stable there. What is the Maltese player even doing? I'm gonna be blunt and honest. The Dutch player, or the Portuguese player, is carrying all the way in this game. The Maltese player is starting to age up. Going for the Pope. This is where he gets some good cards to bring in. The rockets upgrade for the fire throwers to actually make them very useful versus skirmishers. Because the rocket attack will do bonus damage versus all infantry. for the same DPS as their closer range attack. Flint Rock rockets give Sentinels a rocket as well. Charge attack. Some noob tubes. And then it can also go for the French tongue for the Germanies, which may be very good in this situation, and the Russian tongue. Or a Chimix. I'm not familiar with, can't remember those well off the top of my head. Or is those the Cossack variant? I think that's like the Hussar variant. Sentinels push way forward. He's going for a factory wagon. Got a good number of culverins here. One mortar remains. Going for more ordnance pikemen will be very useful against these structures. We do have these forces now push forward along with the veteran sentinels. And got a number of rockets here being plotted by the Brits. But they were unsuccessful. Maybe plotted by that outpost as a shipment. The rest of these siege shipments are being overran. Now bringing the French tongue. Germanies, the Cuirassiers would be pretty good. Got a couple villagers here shooting away. Apparently a spear is better than a gun. Longbows as well. The proxy area is starting to get overran. Maltese player has a small amount of units here. Ordnance pikemen gets good damage. The veteran sentinels only have 21 attack. They better just shoot stuff. Pikemen are better to torch stuff. Decent food trickle, as well as a bit more food gathering rate. Not bad. I've got a good number of falconets now plotting out for the Dutch. All players are age 4. That is a good number of ordnance pikemen to overrun the structures. They will be vulnerable to the skirmishers, however, and to cannon. But then again, what's not vulnerable to 10 cannon? I've got some ordnance Cuirassiers especially forward. They can do some great work over here for the routier engaging. Longbowmen gain some hits, but nothing too significant. Falconets now getting overran, but they're here in small numbers, so it does give the ordnance riflemen some time to get some damage. They're getting some great work done, however. All the Maltese shipment bonuses, all the falconets do go down there, so they did much better than expected. All the Maltese shipments there, basically making them have plus 50% health and damage at the moment. Going for more order Cuirassiers. Now I've got the organ guns before. They should annihilate this formation. Forensic hits there, but got a good number of culverins taking out the organ guns. Ordnance riflemen, their siege attack is 12, so pathetically bad. Especially for an age 4 unit. I think even crossbows at this age will do more damage. Not by much, though. More ordnance pikemen, more ordnance riflemen. Maltese player may just want to go for, instead of a factory producing coin, may just want eye for a factory producing cannon. Red's eyeing for more grenadiers, or not grenadiers, musketeers, which will be countered by the ordnance pikemen, or not pikemen, riflemen. We got some heavy cannon and some falconets, especially for that will annihilate this formation. Got mortars now. Switch out the mortars for the culverins. Once the mortars do get completed out. Nope. Now we got the culverin guard culverins. More skirmishers, more routier for the Dutch. The Maltese eyeing for more villagers. Let's see, you got a second town center. Bring in various plantation research and mills. And now it looks like they're going to just attack the Maltese. They notice that the Maltese player has not been that all aggressive, which makes them believe, hey, he's probably a weaker target. Which they're not entirely wrong this moment. But quite a bit of force here. Hussars, musketeers, longbow, skirmishers, routier, cannon of all sorts. So this is a sizable army there. This is a command post, not a factory. That's another command post, not a factory. The cavalry's push way forward. Ordnance, he's just trying to let his culverins take out the falconets. Gains good damage there. Needs to focus on the heavy cannon first, probably. Ordnance riflemen going to be overrun by the Hussars. Hussars trying to overrun the the artillery. Got some Ordnance pikemen hitting the Hussars now. Listen, most of the artillery have gone down. He needs to focus down that heavy cannon. Still got 2 heavy cannon there. Culverins getting overran. There's still a pair here. Annihilates all the Ordnance riflemen. All the culverins have gone down. More Ordnance pikemen push way forward. Ordnance rifle squads as well. Culverins just hitting various stuff. Multi's players designed for more cavalry. He has plenty of food and wood. He could just go for a bunch of crossbows and pikemen of his own. There's something at this point in time. He doesn't have a whole lot of gold. He doesn't even have all the housing for population space. More musketeers now being pulled on out. Portuguese player has somehow even more food at the moment, and his production speed's absurd. Not sure where the barracks are. Oh, that's what the... That is a massive threat there. They may just want to push forward and reinforcements hit whatever backs here. We do have one of the Dutch factories going down. He's going to torch down the other one. Lose volume back, which will give them some breathing room. The cannons should probably just stay back here. Was there a 3rd factory? Am I stupid? One of them must have been yellows, not blues. There goes another factory. There goes all those factories of region. Yellow still has a factory over here. And right now the Dutch has a massive reserve of resources. Now bring in some other research, raw mint, villagers, and all that sort. Falcon has to go over down. It's a good number of pikemen right there. Yellow's still torching down Zlars himself. He's trying to bring... Red's trying to bring in some of these the cuirassiers, but these are musketeers. They will do good work versus those cavalry units. Pikemen will go down here. Let's see, is there any more? Yep, right there. He probably should have let those pikemen die and not draw over the force over here. I see him building armies somewhere. I'm not sure where though. They'll just moving around. They'll still torch down stuff. There's where the Ordnance riflemen are coming in. Actually, enough Ordnance riflemen to finish off the area. This barracks has been cleaned on up. Villagers escaping on out. So, losing those factories was a big blow. Portuguese player has still have a massive reserve of resources. He's a little bit low in wood. He may need to switch his factories down to wood production now. He has a handful of idle villagers. Ordnance rifle squads push forward. They're getting annihilated by the cannon. The Portuguese player, or the Dutch player, does have quite a bit of food and gold. The Maltese has plenty of food and a bit of wood to work with. And the Brit has plenty of food, wood, and gold. The Portuguese player may want I to age up. He has actually enough resources to age up to age 5. Which I think is a bit of an oversight on his fault, in his area. He could try a revolt. I'm not sure if there's anything that's useful for revolting to. I don't really know Portuguese revolt destinations, honestly. Some walls going up over here. Portuguese has 6 town centers. And there's H5. He's going for the El Presidente. I have no idea what that does. It'll probably give him... not sure what it does. It could be anything. It could just make his Explorer immortal. He does go ahead and switch his factories to wood production. He does have plenty of food and gold, so maybe he doesn't have to build out ordnance units, which have been quite good, honestly. Going for another round of villagers. He could always send his teammate 10,000 food and maybe 1,000 gold. Right now, the Maltese player has too much mills. He's more estates, plantations. Dutch is also going to age 5, going for the general. And the Brits eyeing to bring in some veteran winged hussars, some native units. Let's keep an eye on what the El Presidente brings on in. And let's keep an eye on the Ordnance Riflemen as well. See if they get benefits from aging up. They did not get any benefits from aging up. The El Presidente brings in a big pile of coin, looks like. Is that corruption? If the president just gives you a whole bunch of money? Probably corruption. Or a bribe. Portuguese players at pop cap, so he can't destroy or deploy anything from that barracks. These villagers getting gunned down by an outpost. The Maltese for now going for the Russian tongue. We give him access to cheap cavalry. It's going good number of cavalry here. Has a good number of order lancers.
Oui.
The Maltese is also a pop cap. Needs to build out more housing. Cavalry's push right forward. We'll find a good number of musketeers. Is not what he wants to see. He needs to hit the route here and skirmish first, of course. Alright, push his way forward. Got a good number of culverins here to engage the various cannon. Does pull back the cavalry. Very good. Does get out some Cossadors here as well, some guard Cossadors. Advanced armory. Portuguese eyeing for the bastion upgrade. Now this cavalry's trying to engage the skirmishers, so it's better force there. He's getting a good job hitting the various artillery pieces of the culverins. Ordnance riflemen need to start pushing over here. Also, there's of course a skirmisher variant. A number of falconets are still here though. All the cavalry has gone down for red. Magyar Hussars charging all the way forward. They are classified as a native unit. And the Portuguese is low on wood. He's having trouble reproducing the ordnance units. Bringing some Cossadors now. They don't spam out as quickly. And starting to push way forward, the Ordnance Pachico, or how do you pronounce that? Have excellent siege attacks, so that's what they're good at. They're anti-building and anti-villager unit. If they're able to stick around that area, he will be able to do some good damage. That factory must be destroyed there. If Agenda is able to hold on the Portuguese player, they will be in great position. I bring in a shipment of Cossadors. I don't think that would be useful. He really should have gone for Dragoon no, he hasn't been building Dragoons. I have no idea what he should build out. However, wagons is what add +2 town centers. I suppose that's what Party is able to get again for going for H5. Right now, he's just getting flooded by a bunch of units. He does have a good reserve of resources. He just needs more wood. Maybe he can stake the gold and purchase some wood to spam out some ordnance riflemen. Now got his teammates cavalry push way forward. Red's torching down a good amount of stuff, but those cavalry will be cleaned up very shortly. He's out Falconet. He has some culverins here, trying to be engaged by some hussars. He's queued up some more dragoons. Just get 20 of them queued up at least. Right now, the British economy is getting ripped apart. The Dutch economy is fine. Maltese economy is fine. The British economy, appears to be fine. Not going for H5 himself, going for the general. You're now going for a number of rural huntsmen. Portuguese are not building out anything. Is there some villagers being put on the back line? Did he give up? There's some pikemen there, freshly deployed on out. There we go, now he's queuing up the Cossadors. You should be spamming those guys though, just focus on the numbers, get them rallied to a nearby point if you attack. They do good work with these red coats. Hey, they are just guard variant, not even Imperial. Should have enough resource I got them Imperial. Got some more ordnance riflemen also deployed on out. Guys flanking around. Looks like there's also a fort here I haven't realized. Hell's army getting cleaned on up. There's a big wave of these guys now. Warden's pikemen trying to overrun the siege weapons, as well as some his teammates' cavalry. Some of the falconets are going down. One falconet appears to be remaining. We've got another skirmishers here, which is slowly being picked off by the councilors. He perhaps bringing a wave of militia. He should also have some conscription available. More routier. Now some of these here starting to torch this down, but skirmishers don't have great torch damage. More Cossadors there, now going for another wave of Cossadors. Now he's bringing this conscription. I wonder if he's lagging a little bit and having trouble microing the game. He has 2 shipments available, going for another pair of heavy cannon, which will be very useful against these skirmishers. They're annihilating the skirmishers now. He has plenty of gold there. Got some rockets, British rockets deployed on field. Looks like Magenta may be able to hold, has lost some infrastructure, but nothing that's too expensive. He has the factories and the forts still alive. He can always rebuild the forts since he has the card that may allow him to build an extra, rebuild the forts. Blue's backline starting to be cleaned up. The Portuguese has plenty of resources to work with. The Dutch has a good amount of food and some gold and coin to work with. Maltese has plenty of food and wood. Going for more of the heavy cavalry. And the British right now has plenty of wood, but not actually a whole lot of food or coin. So they have held the line, will be forced to put it back. Well, the Maltese player is not aged up. They find some opportunity here to take out the falconets, some of these skirmishers. Very good. His teammates push away forward for Cossadors, ordnance riflemen, ordnance pikemen, and militia. He has 2 heavy cannon here. Bring out some more northern musketeers, which only cost food. Now bringing some more covered wagons, improving their building also by 2 as well. See, Portuguese have 74 villagers, the Dutch have 60, the Maltese have 89, the British have 97, so they all have good villager numbers. The Maltese cavalry right now, they're getting pretty healthy with all the shipments. What shipments can the Maltese still bring in? Let's bring in some refrigeration. Now maybe time for the advanced arsenal, honestly. rockets would have been useful as well. He has not even gotten German tongue, strangely enough. That's one of the first shipments you're gonna get as Maltese, if you have that as available. Now yellow and blue is trying to make their advance once again. This time some rockets there. The British is bringing those rockets through shipments, or that's his only shipment available.
I feel a bit strengthened.
More Redicoats now being pulled on the field. Got some culverins here, and it's those 2 heavy cannon. There's some of the rockets there. There's some walls here, which will constrict some movement. You got some of those falconets there. Massive hit there with the rockets, hitting some of those siege units. Red's cavalry now engaged and getting some good damage there. They're getting pretty heavy at the moment. Good hits down to the lighter force of the Portuguese. Rockets still firing away, getting some great damage. They took out heavy cannon. Still the rockets still alive. Takes out one of the culverins. Culverin does pick off one of the rockets. Just 1 rocket remaining. And the last rocket will get killed off by Red, the Maltese. More musketeers being pulled on out. Now bring in the excessive taxation. I'm not sure what that does off the top of my head. All I know is no representation without taxation. More organ guns being shipped on in. Very good. Here is falling back. Got yellow now trying to torch down some of this other stuff. These are just commanderies that tend to be pulled on out. Torching down some of these plantations. Pikemen engaging the hussars. Very good. Routier still alive, but the Kosovo's hitting most of the hussars. Now they've engaged the routier. Along with the ordnance pikemen. Ordnance spear charging way forward, but getting annihilated by the falconets. Portuguese player does not have any infinite shipment, so he's going to be ever reducing. He has not touched his dragoon stuff. Not like he really needs to, though. A handful of dragons would be useful versus the Imperial Life Guard. More ordnance pikemen there to engage. More Kossars in the way. There's plenty of resources, just streaming in, both sides just streaming reinforcements there. Everybody except for the Maltese, who has so many resources in the bank. I don't know why he's not building anything else. Life Guard pushing way forward, gets good hits there onto the Cossadors. Life Guard now overrunning Magenta's position, and this is the point where the Portuguese can't 2v1 anymore. More cavalry just being streamed on in. He has now 10 cavalry here, which can be very good. It's basically 30 population worth of cavalry. Against the British musketeers, won't do all too much. He's now eyeing for age 5 of the El Presidente, which will give him a rebate on his coin. Yellow's pushing way forward, Blue's pushing to Magenta's base. The British player has 2, or going for more shipments. Portuguese has a shipment available. Might as well just go for a Dragoon. He's having trouble remaxing. He has plenty of coin and food for more Cossadors. Villagers are now inside the town center, so got quite a bit of defensive fire there. He has plenty of food to work with, so losing that food is not too important. The coin, however, he's going to be rapidly running out of coin. So the houses themselves are providing a decent amount of coin right now, as well as wood. Red's starting to get overran as well. Portuguese player has 2 shipments. That's why I always say you should always have at least 1 infinite shipment, just in case. Maltese still has 2 shipments available. Could have gone with the advanced arsenal. And he has aged up to with El Presidente, so should have a pile of coins somewhere. He also has now 3 shipments there available, which you can bring in multiple different stuff. If he needs coin, now's probably a good time to re-get that one, as well as wood. Portuguese player still just holding on. Various arsenal shipments for the British player. Got the various heavy cavalry now engaging the various lifeguard. Dragoon combat for the Portuguese. The Dutch is eyeing for more skirmishers. The Maltese eyeing for advanced arsenal, and now the palace. Not palace. Church research. Also still firing away. More hussars and various advanced arsenal research for the British, and more musketeers. And now this area is being hit by the natives, which is something that either player could have, all the other players could have got some natives to improve their numbers. Overside do have a bit of trouble here engaging. The British player has minimal resources compared to other players. The Portuguese is running out of coin. He needs to set these factors from wood to coin at the moment and just not go for ordnance. He needs Castadores. He has too much food. He needs gold. But at this point in time, ordnance riflemen, ordnance Castadores cost the same amount of wood versus gold, and that's the important part at this moment. Food is not a big problem for him. He also want to push his way forward, overrunning some Red's mills. Some of those units getting caught up on the terrain there. Those Imperial carbines. They have 300 health, which is not bad. Garda Castadores are not yet Imperial Castadores. Where they are fighting against Imperial Hussars. As well as Imperial Skirmishers. The lack of Imperial Castadores is what's really also hurting the Portuguese, even though he's 2v1ing. That would have made a huge difference. Was that plus 50% health and damage? Something significant. Imperial Redcoat's not complete as well. Cavalry now pushing way forward over here. Northern Musketeers are, of course, a Musketeer variant. Right now they're just guard status, which is probably adequate for natives. And the cavalry just getting ripped apart. The lifeguards are doing 63 damage. The Cuirassiers is doing 52 with a bit of AoE. I'm sure the health is almost at 900. Or at least I thought I saw one. Yeah, or 900 health there. Magenta's starting to get slowly knocked out of the game. Red's basically out of the game. Magenta will hold. Red. I don't even know what the Maltese player is doing. He has quite a bit of coin right now. Only has 16 villagers on food. And Yellow's just going to be sliming through Red space. And I don't think Magenta can do a 2v1 anymore. He's finally gets Imperial upgrades. grenade launchers for the Brit. That should be very good against these tightly packed groups of units along the Falconets. And the Falconets is ripping apart these ordnance pikemen. The Falconets should be able to get another good volley there. More ordnance pikemen there. And rip apart instantaneously. The Falconets is going down, being focused down by the ordnance units and the Kossovars. And red is basically gutted. Portuguese player trying to develop more Kossovars. He's just learning loan gold and wood. Bring his various other shipments, just streaming forces all the way forward. We have one just now been researched. And it looks like the Maltese player does back of the game. And there goes the Portuguese player. I'm going to be blunt and honest. The Maltese player failed his teammate. I've probably said it multiple times this game, but it's one of the few times I'm going to say, let's just look at the post-game. Military. Maltese player, units, military, 442, 429, raised 4, which is surprising enough. I thought he was a bit more aggressive for those units. Lost 500. Portuguese player, military, 1,800. Killed 1,300. Granted, his units were cheaper, so kill death ratio is probably actually pretty good right there. Raised 12, and units lost nearly 4 times the amount. 747. 232. And this unit was largely countered by this guy here. And his opponent and the other player was getting outroot here, which also counters this unit. The Lancers probably would have been generally a bit better than the French cavalry. And if he would have gone for more of the Russian cavalry and start hitting their opponent's bases, that would have done quite a bit of damage there. Yep, big difference. So the Dutch, not so much, but then again, that may not count the coin collection there. Could be 500. He wins at that one. Yeah, I'm not sure what else there is to... here we go. Resources. Of course, the Dutch have the most amount of coin. Quite enough, the Portuguese had the least amount of coin. He was relying on much of the ordnance units, so yeah. Free resources. 10,000. He did better than the Dutch? How? He did better than the Dutch in free resources. Unless that counts, that includes a trickle, right? Maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. Does this include the trickle resources? I don't know. Either way, this Anagrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.